In this tutorial, you will learn how to fill in the resource summary page of an Heritage Place record. This video tutorial assumes that you have already begun your record and completed the assessment summary card, as you can see here. If not, please watch the assessment summary video to learn how to fill in the assessment summary card. To navigate between different sections or cards of the record, use the card trees on the left side of the screen. Click on Resource Summary to move to that card. The Resource Summary section records details about the name and type of site that is being recorded and its basic characteristics. The first section we will see is the name section. The name section consists of two fields, resource name and name type. In the resource name field, type in the first known name of the site. Then click on the name type field and choose the type of name you have entered from the drop-down list. Toponyms refer to place names, for example, Petra or Cyrene. If you are recording a specific monument within a larger site, make sure to include the site name. Alternative reference refer to things like identification number assigned to a site by a project or survey. For instance, Wadi Asa survey site 406. Designation instead are official names of sites if they are on an international or national register, for instance, the UNESCO World Heritage List, or the number assigned by the country's Department of Antiquities. Only use designation if the site is on an international or national register. If you choose designation, you must also fill in the designation field below that we will see later. If the site has no names or designation, you may leave this field blank. In this case, we are entering the name of the Rouch Al-Faridiyya site. It's a toponym, and we will add it. As you can see, the name will appear in blue text under the Add button. You can also add multiple names if you need. In this case, for example, the site was also recorded by the Wadi Asa survey. And so we will insert Wadi Asa survey site 406. This is an alternative reference, and we will add it. We can also use the acronym of the project, as in this case, WHS 406. And also in this case, it's an alternative reference, and we will add it. You can also see that in the resource summary, in the card name, the name you typed in are now visible. You can cancel or edit them just clicking on them under the Add button, as you can see, or clicking on them in the card tree. If you want, you can delete this name, or you can edit the entry, for example, in this, as I'm doing in this case. After you edit, you just have to save your edit. To go back to the resource summary window, just click now on resource summary. The next section that we will have to fill is the heritage place type. In this field, you will enter the heritage place type of the site that you are entering. The different place types mostly refer to the scale, as you can see here from the drop-down menu: landscape, seascape, archaeological site, archaeological feature component, but also to the type of heritage: structural heritage, urban heritage. So if you click on the heritage place type field, you can select the required option. Please refer to the glossary for detailed definition of different types of classification. When there are multiple correct options, choose the most specific one. When in doubt, use archaeological site. Click Add, and your entry will appear below and in the card tree on the left, as you can see. Under Heritage Place Type section, you will find the Designation section. A designation should be added when a site is listed on an official list or register, like, for instance, the UNESCO World Heritage List or the relevant National Heritage Register. If a site does not have a designation, all fields should be left blank. To fill in, for the first thing, make sure that the designation name has been recorded in the resource name section above, as we saw just a few minutes earlier. Designation consists of 3 fields: designation, that is a drop-down menu, and then 2 dates: designation from date, designation to date. Click on designation and choose the correct designation from the list. If a site is known to be on some form of national register, but no further details are known, you should choose the generic national register and enter entry. For site currently on a list, enter the date on which it was entered onto the list in the designation from date field, and leave the designation to date field blank. If the date is unknown, you may leave this field blank. For site previously on a list, but since removed, add the date on which it was entered onto the list in the designation from date, and the date it was removed in the designation to date field. Dates can be entered either by clicking on the date on the calendar pop-up that appears, as you can see here, or by typing the date in the year, month, day format. So, for example, if we want to enter the 14th of July 2016, we will write 2016 07 14. If you only know the month, but not the precise day, you can type 01 for the day as the first day of the month. If you only know the year, you can type 01 for the month and the day, as I can show you here. If the date is completely unknown, you can just may leave this field completely blank. Clicking Add, you will have your entry visible in blue text under the Add button, as well as in the designation under the designation card in the card tree. Since Rujm Al Faridiyeh doesn't have a designation, we will now remove this entry. We go back to the resource summary and we go to the Heritage Place Function Assignment section. In this field, you will enter the overall function or functions of the site and how certain you are that that function is applicable to the site. Click on the Heritage Place function field and choose from the drop-down list. You may refer to the glossary for detailed definition of all these terms. Then click on Heritage Place Function Certainty field and choose from the drop-down list. Also in this case, please refer to the glossary to help you choose your level of certainty. It's important to note that definite can only be chosen if the site has been visited on the ground. In this case, we select High. Then you click on Add button and your entry will be visible in blue text below the Add button as well as in the card tree. A site may have multiple functions, so repeat the step above as many times as necessary. You should only list multiple functions if they are all applicable to the site or feature you are recording. Do not list multiple possible functions because you are not sure. For example, a monastery might be considered religious and domestic because it is a place where people live for a specifically religious purpose. So both functions are equally relevant. So in this case, you should list both. However, if you are recording a building with an uncertainty interpretation, and it could be a temple or it could be a house, you may choose religious or domestic, but not both. Choose the one you think is more likely to be correct. If you are really not sure, you just should select unknown and not applicable as function certainty. The section below is called Description Assignment. In this field, you can add a brief description about the site, information about its significance, architectural details. This field is optional and should only be used if the information you are entering cannot be captured properly in the other fields of the database. It should not be used to repeat information already contained elsewhere in the record. Click on General Description Type. A drop-down list will appear and choose the type of description you are going to provide below. And please refer to glossary for detailed definitions. Type then the description in the free text box. Do not copy-paste text from other sources because formatting may be pasted along with the text, causing issues with the database. After you fill the general description, just click on the Add button. Repeat these steps as many times if you need to enter different types of description or comments.